And good morning, all you Bitcoin fans. I want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. Why is it a Merry Christmas? Bitcoin is at $8,100 and has popped through its session. And it looks like we're going to be at $10,000 by the end of the year. That's what I'm thinking. That's my prediction. Life is good. The world's at harmony, and the people who aren't on board are kicking themselves in the butt right now. Is this a hype? Is this a virtual flaw? What is it? Well, the market, like I said, is stable. So we got 20% of the Bitcoin market that is up. So if you look on bittrex.com, you're going to find out with the 257 altcoins that are there, you have, like I said, 20% that are up. Just flip through it, and all the rest are down. With Bitcoin being up and being such a strong stakeholder in the equation, life is good. So everyone's excited. Everyone can go out, eat shrimp and caviar, and have a brandy on the side and not worry about tomorrow. So, but for all the rest of us who are interested in what's going on with tomorrow, then keep watching and we'll find out what's happening with the NVIS market, what's going on with Europe and its equation with the central bank, and what is the state of crypto. All next on Malairte.bitcoin.com. All right, so what's going on with the state of crypto? The NVIS crypto to compare index is up 1.12% for the day, with a total, and it closed at 43.43. So what does that mean? That means that the top 10% of the altcoins that are out there on today's market are gaining value. The low ends, like I said, this market rate fluctuates every day, and so people who don't have the stomach to fluctuate this type of investment, they shouldn't be in the market, because there's days where I'm up $500, I'm up $10,000, and I dropped $10,000. You know what? The market's good. If you're into this type of investment, if you're looking for a steady investment, I know Malairte Bitcoin is not the place for you. But if you're looking for something that'll keep the growth continuing, this is where you need to be. So the market update. So around what 1 o'clock this morning, Bitcoin popped at $8,000, and so at 6:15 p.m. Universal Time, the market went up to $8,100. That is phenomenal, folks. The market is looking like it's going to be a Christmas rally, because instead of people buying presents for their loved ones, people are actually buying bitcoins. Go figure. So if I give you $8,000, or if I buy something that's $8,000, and in return when they open it, they receive $10,000. That's not bad. Every time you buy a toy or a gift or an item, it devaluates, except for a diamond ring. Diamonds tend to go up in value, but you've got to look at a very high quality diamond. If you're that type, if you know what I'm talking about, then this diamond's for you. But if not, don't buy a zirconium. It's flaw. But anyways, going back with what's going on with the Ethereum price. Ethereum price has dropped 1%, and it's sitting at $357, which is great, because when we first started this venture with MalairteBitcoin.com, Ethereum was sitting around $300, and it wasn't worth the darn. I mean, the nice thing about it is people aren't creating all these ICOs and then dumping their Ethereum. People are realizing that not every ICO is a moneymaker, and so you can therefore uh, people who are scamming the coins are making it harder and harder to raise the funds to dump the Ethereum and to keep the price low on the Ethereum market. All right, so Coinbase custody targets $10 billion in institutional funds for Bitcoin investment. What does that mean? So I mean, let's think about it. If I'm asking for $10 billion for Bitcoin investment, I either know that Bitcoin's going to be going up, and I'm looking at 2% as far as the return from the investment. So therefore, I'll make 40% profit on it. That's not a bad deal. So, but anyways, last Thursday, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong officially introduced the Coinbase Custody, a platform targeted at individual investors. The new product is intended to be an ultra-secure, according to Armstrong. Coinbase currently holds $9 billion in user funds in various cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. You get the picture. Coinbase Custody is exclusively for institutional investors with at least 10 million on deposit. Pretty sweet deal, I tell you, folks. So basically, it's stating with over 100 hedge funds that have been created in the past year exclusively to trade digital currency, and an even greater number of traditional institutional investors are starting to look at trading digital assets, for including families, trust offices, and sovereign wealth funds. In other words, aka the prince. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the 1993 prince. I'm talking about the Saudi guys. $10 billion to them, no big deal. So by some estimate, there's over $10 billion of institutional money waiting on the sidelines to invest in digital currency today. I'll tell you, folks, this is the big times now. Ethereum could soon launch its first Casper testnet. This is getting exciting. So during a core development meeting last week, Ethereum Vander Vedelik Buterin, I screwed that guy's name up, I tell you, said that not only a Casper ready is to be tested, but that it could provide a security boost when testing the code across clients. And in other words, we're hiding the market, and Ethereum might really take off. So if we realistically want to roll out Casper to whatever hard fork, then eventually people need to start implementing it. So in other words, they're really pushing that people on the Casper network is what's going to be going on. So what? Okay, oh boy, Mount Gox. Some of us, take back bad memories of this company. So Mark Coboles floats token sale to revive Mt. Gox. Dude, let it die. Just let it die. In a blog post published last week, Mark Lefsey's detailed possible avenues for retrieving Mt. Gox, the once dominant Japanese Bitcoin exchange that collapsed amid allegations of fraud and mismanagement in the early 2014. Hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin were feared loss through ultimately 202,000 Bitcoin were retained as asset under the custody of the trustee. So in other words, this launch of the ICO to raise money to hypothetically revive Mt. Gox, this sounds more challenging, both in legal. So from the legal perspective, as soon as Mt. Gox opens up, lawsuits are going to be flying in saying you owe us money because technically we still have an account with you. So it's going to be disturbing to creditors. I don't think they're going to raise the money, but hey, I could be wrong. But I'm just thinking about the pending lawsuits that are with Mt. Gox, and because people are realizing that they didn't lose hundreds of dollars, they lost millions of dollars now. So pretty interesting. So what's going on with the state of crypto? Bitcoin is up 4.4% at 8,049. I'm looking at 8,000. Oh, I'm looking at $8,200 now. I tell you, Litecoin is up 3.51% against the dollar at 71.68. Ether is down 4.73%. That's due to the fact the rise of Bitcoin is up more than 3%. Dash is down 3.73%. Once again, they got a great marketing team out there, but they have no technical skills. It's all right now. It's all about the technology. It's not about the hype. It's not about the currency. It's not about you put your plug on it. It's a living. It's a security. It's the network. It's the technology that stands behind Bitcoin that's raising it. Yeah, I can factor about 10% of it's due to hype and people just want to invest in more. However, though, with the security and the collapse of governments, Bitcoin is pretty much the safest way to go because we're not spreading the Bitcoin itself on one centralized country. It's spread across the world. Zcash is down 3.09%. Monero is up 1.46%. Monero is not a bad little token. If you're looking at making money, it's a great way to get started at $132 a coin. Ether Classic is down 0.13%, and Bitcoin Cash is down 1.58%. It seems like everyone was going towards Bitcoin Cash a couple of weeks ago. What was the factor with that? The industry was known as a pump and dump. All right. IOTA is up 7.5%, and of course Waves is down 6.72%, and Stratus is down 5.85%. This is a market which we're all going to find real interesting here in the next couple weeks. After the new year, we're going to find out whether or not the hype is hype and the crash is about to be dominant, or the industry is really starting to take off, and third world countries like Venezuela and other South African countries, that their currencies are literally failing as we speak. Bitcoin is starting to become the primary market. And the nice thing about that is I can go across country lines and just retire. It's like my father-in-law and I were talking. We realized that the 2 Bitcoins that we have here in America, which only cost us, $10,000, well, now it's at $16,000. We could go over to the Czech Republic and literally retire. It's fascinating, folks, how this industry is really taking off. So what's going on with the state of crypto? Like I said, we have about 20% of the Bitcoin, the altcoin market up, and the rest down. The reason why the rest of them are down is because Bitcoin keeps showing off. Is this the way that we want to go? Yeah, I don't mind the show off, because what happens is Bitcoin will rise, the altcoin market will either stall out or lower, and then once Bitcoin stalls, then the altcoins will slowly increase in price. But then all of a sudden the Bitcoin takes a hype up, that drops the market a little, and then it slowly will come up. So it just does this all day long, and it's driving people like myself nuts, because the mathematical calculations on this particular scenario is extremely volatile, every investor says not to do it. But the thing is, you're making gobs of money when you do. So if this is your milk money for next week, don't invest in it, because this is a long-term thing. And if you're definitely into if you got a couple of tens of thousands of just laying around and want to increase that, this is a great bet. So from all of us here at MalairteBitcoin.com, we wish y'all an awesome and exciting day of trading. And we'll see y'all next week here on MalairteBitcoin.com.